Welcome back to Rules of the Road Podcast, episode 7 in the 8-part series about setting goals. And today, we're going to go ahead and get into that evaluate portion of the S.M.A.R.T.E.R method. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So you've created your action plan, you've gone through all these steps, you're about to put things into action, but before you do, go back and evaluate, have a look of, what you've done, where you're at, look for any inconsistencies, things that don't make any sense, look for a lot of these gaps in this planning. If you find anything, this is where you're going to do, that evaluation. I've said it before and I'll say it again, put it through your accountability buddy. Okay, have someone else take a look at it. Sit back and ask yourself some questions. Do you have the tools necessary to accomplish some of the things that you've planned? Do you need a better app, or is there a new version of some software come out? Do you have the proper amount of time allotted? Since you set your goals, you're looking back and you're like, well, maybe I do need a little bit more time, or maybe I can get this done a little quicker. Do you have the right support system at home or at work or at school? This also goes for after you've started as well. Sure, everything might look good on paper, but once you get rolling, circumstances, they always have the possibility of changing. I mean, look around at this coronavirus, who knows? Some things you can control, some things you can't, and you always need to be able to evaluate your surroundings and opportunities. Are you making progress on your goals? If not, how? What do you need to change? But when do you need to actually evaluate your goals? Well, the short answer is whenever you feel it's necessary. It could be a week, it could be every 2 weeks, it could be a month, whatever. A lot of it kind of depends on when you need to have it completed by. So the further out your deadline is, the interval check-ins, they can be spaced out a little bit more. If it's a week, then probably you want to check on things every day. Whichever it is, the more you actually check, the less likely you're kind of notice things. That's kind of the catch. They say like a washed pot never boils. But it's like, say, if you want to lose 50 pounds, and you weigh yourself every morning, you might not notice a change. But if you do it, say, every 4 days, you're going to notice a change in between your weigh-ins, and so on as if you do it, say, every week. Another example would be, say you want to, you're paying off a car or, say, a student loan with payments that are more than the minimum balance. Say, the original goal was you want to do $10,000 in 12 months, but you find out that you're 8 months in and you've only paid $4,000. So you go in and you examine, where have you met your payment goals, where you didn't, where did you get off track? Did you not budget correctly? Did you, not adhere to the budget that you've made? Were there some, unexpected expenses? How long is it going to take you to make up that lost ground? Because now you've got, after 8 months, you've only paid $4,000. You've got 4 months to pay $6,000. Are you going to be able to do that? And then also, don't forget, like I just mentioned before, and I'm going to say it again, you should have your accountability buddy, there with you as well to help check in on you if you don't check in with them. And they can help assist and evaluate on your goals. So this is where, having that second hand, that second line of defense really comes into play. Whatever your scenario is, evaluating your progress, it should be non-negotiable. An honest answer to these questions will help you be more strategic when it comes to adjusting to your goals, more focused on what really works, and more effective in achieving it down the line. If you don't like the answers to some of the questions you ask yourself, don't feel like a failure. Don't take it as a loss. Take it as a lesson to help you get better, so that way you can help achieve your goals. Some of this process, it's a big gut check to people. But we've all heard the saying. It's not how many times you get knocked down; it's how many times you get back up. And short and sweet. That's it for today's episode. So come back tomorrow as we wrap up the series. With Readjust. And in closing, I actually have 2 quotes today that I want to go ahead and use, and they go over what we're kind of talking about today. The first one being, from NCAA basketball coach, the legendary coach John Wooden, and he said, "Without proper self-evaluation, failure is inevitable." And to put things in a more simple term for people, Ice Cube said it, hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And basically what that means is, keep charging hard down that road to accomplish your goals, but you must always, put things on pause, for a quick minute, just to make sure you're on the pace, that you established, and you're doing everything the way that you need to be doing it. You don't want to find out you're off track when you're right next to that finish line. Okay. So until next time, thank you very much for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.